Damn. Some guy back there scratched his ass and made your food. I put too much cumin in my Chipotle sauce. Boom, right in the fucking nose.
Are you wearing my black tee? Are you wearing my black tee? And when I'm gone, I'ma what you need. So you put it on before I leave. Ooh, you wearing my black tee? See, now is not the time to lose your patience with me. Now's about that time you should be thinking about the love we could be making, baby. Think about that time that we put in, yeah, you've been patient with me. Think it's about that time that we step out, you make a statement with me. Matching clothes and matching shoes. Ooh, I think they mad at you. Ooh, I think they mad at us. Mad because you bad as fuck, and I know he wanna take you away from me. It's been too long, you've been away from me. Can you spend the day with me? And can you spend the night? I'll let you lay with me. Rolling through the sheets, the only time I let you play with me.
Alright y'all, if you're wondering about this weird angle here and why aren't I in front of the camera, well, this is my blender. I've had this Oster blender for about 3 years now. It's done me wonders, but the cord on it is so short that I kind of have to be on this side of the camera just for y'all to get a good view. So this right here is the basis of the entire meal, right? Because we're making Chipotle style chicken. How do you have Chipotle style chicken without the sauce they put on it before they cook it, right? So what needs to be added to this brine, this marinade, this sauce is this. Starting off with the hard to find Chipotle peppers. They're honestly not hard to find. They're in any grocery store, but I had to ask for help to find them because somebody put a different can in front of them. But yeah, Chipotle peppers. And based on the recipe I saw, you only need like a teaspoon of these. But I've seen people dump a whole can. It's completely unnecessary. So we're gonna use the teaspoon method, or at the very least, just one pepper and some sauce behind it. So let's do that. Oh yeah. I can smell that. That is peppery. Woo! One thing, wow. This is literally the basis of the whole sauce. Just by smelling this alone, if I coated chicken in this alone, it would taste similar to Chipotle. I mean, the Chipotle in Chipotle peppers gives a new name to Chipotle. Oh yeah, just one fucking boom, pepper with the sauce. All you need right there. You don't throw this out. Refrigerate it if you're gonna use it again, which I will be. And the next ingredient is gonna be cumin. Now I have a tablespoon in my hand. It calls for a teaspoon. The recipe calls for a teaspoon. So I'm gonna do about half a tablespoon of cumin. And quite honestly, guys, when you're putting herbs on your food, you can't really overdo it. Like, you're not gonna get into a place where it's like, oh no, I put too much cumin in my Chipotle sauce. Like, that's not gonna happen. Next, the recipe calls for oregano. And instead of a teaspoon, I have a tablespoon in my hand. So I'm gonna put a half a tablespoon of oregano. I love that like acidic smell of oregano. You can tell what it's gonna do to the dish, you know? Boop, throw that in there. And now we have chili powder. This is also gonna be kind of like the evening herb. It's gonna add kind of a mildness to it all. You got that sting from the oregano. You've got that bold Chipotle taste with that pepper. The cumin adds a little bit of mildness, but that chili powder is gonna add some mildness to it too, with a little heat on the back end. That might be a whole tablespoon, but you know what? You only live once. And you already know the recipe calls for a bit of salt. Here we have some kosher salt, sea salt. It says Himalayan pink salt, but obviously this isn't pink salt. I used all the pink salt, added my own kosher salt to it. So we're gonna put about a teaspoon of that. And we're gonna do the same for our black pepper. 2 teaspoons of olive oil. And last but not least, 1/3 cup of water. Seems about right. And now, let's blend it up. Woo! All right, if you have any type of like cold or congestion, I suggest not smelling that directly. But that chili powder, boom, right in the fucking nose. But yeah, this looks exactly how it's supposed to look. Yo. I don't understand why anybody would dump a whole can of this in there unless you're cooking for like a family of 12. I don't know why you would need that. But if you're meal prepping for yourself for 2 or 3 days, this is like more than enough sauce. Just look at that. That's gonna coat the chicken nicely. So let's do that. Typically, I would be doing this over on my counter because you guys can see I have a whole island here. But being that I have this tiny little tripod and I don't have a whole lot of space to move my phone around, this is a great place to do it. So let's get our marinade that smells exactly like Chipotle seasoning, which is crazy, and pour it over. Look at that. Oh wow. Yeah, see, if I were to use any more Chipotle pepper than that, this sauce would be as thick as like a ketchup, and there's just no need for that. It probably would taste bad too. It'd be a little overpowering with all of that. Now, I wouldn't recommend cooking Chipotle anything in a white t-shirt, but this is what we're doing today. So now, I don't feel like getting my hands too dirty because I don't have gloves. Usually I have gloves and I would just start digging in, but salmonella, raw chicken, you guys get it. So let me grab a fork. And now, y'all, we are going to cook this chicken. We've got our avocado oil, fresh, not even open yet. Some people drench the pan. I'm not that guy. This thing already has 120 calories per tablespoon. No need to overdo it. Let's check on those beans. They've been going for an hour now. I'm gonna give you guys like a quick rundown of how to make beans. Black beans, this is honestly a video within itself, like of how to make these. This will be my first time making them to where they're gonna taste the right way and they're gonna be nice and soft. But if you want a video on how to make black beans, let me know. Look at that. That was beautiful. That was delicious. Whoops. Alexa, stop timer. Sheesh. All right, so boom. We've cleaned this off with some water and heat and just removed what was caked on there. And we're giving these other chicken breasts enough space to cook evenly, just like the first one. So let's let this pan get hot. Add just a little bit of avocado oil, and then dump our chicken breasts on there. And we'll be done with the meat. Because this thing right here is covering all kinds of salmonella. So keep that in mind. Alright, y'all. You can't smell it, but this smells exactly like Chipotle chicken. It's got that nice mark on it, just like how they do it on the grill. And a lot of that really comes from the chili powder. Chili powder, when it ignites, it's gonna burn. It's gonna burn, and that just adds a nice char mark to your chicken. It smells delicious. I know it's gonna be delicious. Let's go ahead and chop it up so that we can distribute it properly over our bowls and plates. As I'm cutting this chicken, another little tidbit that I'm thinking about here. This is something that people probably know but just don't say, right? But like when you're cutting, don't put metal to metal. Like don't put like the knife against your fork, right? Because then you're just gonna get pieces of metal in your chicken. So cut the meat while you're cutting. I actually had a cousin once that was making chicken for the family, and we were all just kind of doing our part. You know, everybody was making their own meals, and she was cutting the chicken in the metal pan, like the same metal pan that I like marinated this in, that kind of pan. And basically my other cousin, her brother, had to like step in and be like, hey, like chill out, you about to have metal in everybody's food. So again, don't cut metal on metal, metal against metal, metal against metal. Cut the meat and just boom. Prepared, cooked, chopped. I'd say that's enough for 3 bowls, wouldn't you? And there you have it. A homemade Chipotle-style chicken bowl or plate. And this is how I'm breaking my 2-day fast. You got your protein, you got your chicken. You've got more protein from the black beans and micronutrients. You got your fast digesting carb from the jasmine rice. You got some micronutrients and really low carbs and great fiber from your lettuce. And you know exactly what's in it too, right? When you go to Chipotle, you don't know if some guy back there scratched his ass and made your food. But with this, you know at least if you scratch your ass, it's your own ass. But nah, you know exactly what's in it. It tastes delicious, it's super light. And now all I need is a sauce, right? Well, this is my go-to, right? Chipotle creamy sauce from Taco Bell. If you've ever had a Taco Bell quesadilla, chicken quesadilla, cheese quesadilla, steak quesadilla, this is what they put on it. I like to put that on my bowl. And I want to have this with some Tostitos or Doritos. I love Tostitos. I don't know why the fuck I didn't grab that bag while I was shopping today, but it's all good, man. That right there is the finished product. You can see the steam coming off of that. I know the camera can see that. Now it's time to bust down. I'm gonna enjoy this. Y'all enjoy the rest of the series. Becoming a hybrid athlete. It's your boy TJ Too Smooth over here at Too Smooth Fitness. Follow me at all the links below. Subscribe to the channel. Share it with somebody who needs to see it. I'll catch y'all in the next video. I'm gone.